okay. Praise the Lord, everybody. It's your boy Tay.
And your favorite sis, Shy.
And today we're coming to you with a relationship video. Now, today we're going to be talking about how our, where we grew up at, how it plays a role in our relationship today. So, basically we're going to be telling y'all about our families and like basically where we come from and who we've lived with and how, how we live with that person or with them people, how it plays a role in who we are in our relationship. So, we'll start with you.
So, we're
Ladies
going to
first.
start it off just with saying that if you guys have watched our previous, like, get to know us type video, you would know that I am a middle child of 5. So, I have 2 brothers, 2 sisters. I'm right smack in the middle. So, how does that play a part in our relationship, you would ask? To me, I really gotta think about this because I never really thought of it, before this video. But I'm like, we decided that this would be a good video because a lot of people have different, surroundings, different backgrounds. And we're just encouraging you guys to take the second to think about where you come from or who you were raised by and your surroundings. How is it affecting your relationship? It may be affecting it negatively, positively, but we're just encouraging you guys to take the second, think about it, talk with your partner, and to see, how it's affecting you guys, and just be real. So, with me being the middle child,
Start positive. Some negative parts and some positive parts.
okay, so being the middle child, it has helped me learn how to not be selfish, not be self-centered, not only care about myself because I wasn't, whereas you may hear for the oldest child or the youngest child, they may be the ones getting all the attention, but being right smack in the middle, you have learned from at an early age to share. You have learned at an early age that, you're not going to get all the attention. You're not the youngest, you're not the oldest, but you're right in the middle. So I think that has taught me to, be compassionate and be considerate of other people and not be so self-centered or selfish. And I think that has helped in our relationship as well.
My turn. Positively, so I didn't talk about my family in the first video, but we're going to talk about them now. And I'm going to put up some nice pictures of my peeps. And for me, I am a middle child of 4. I have an older sister. I have an older brother, and then I have a younger brother. So I'm in the middle of those 3. And and like she said, being a middle child, you basically you in the middle. So let's say my older brother's arguing with my little brother. I'm dead smack in the middle, and I gotta be peaceful for both of them. Like, for example, a story would be, and we would do this we really do. Like, if I'm mad at my older brother, I would get my younger brother to be mad at my older brother too. Or if they mad at each other, they would try to get me to be mad at one another, and it's like that. So
That's negative.
No, it's not. Because it showed me, no, it's not. Because it showed me how I have to care for both of them because I didn't fall into it. I never fell into it to be mad at my older brother because my little brother's mad at him. So I would be I'm basically the bridge, and I'm the mender of them two. Like, bro, what y'all arguing for? Stop arguing, stop doing all this. There's no point of it. You know what I'm saying? So it taught me how to be the bridge in this relationship. So let's say she's upset at me for some reason. Like, my thing is, okay, let me find a way I can build this bridge so we can get back to each other, and you know what I'm saying, find out how we can work things out and keep moving and keep pursuing.
That's good.
I know.
That's good. Okay, let me think of another positive. So, for me personally, I don't know if it's for like every middle child, but for me personally, I'm like the strong one in my family. So I hold up, I hold everybody up, kind of like what he was saying, being the bridge and like just bridging the gap. So like even when we face like hard times or we go through different things in our family, like I'm always the one that's kind of like holding us together, you know, whether it's covering them in prayer, you know, putting together family prayers, you know, sending out the encouraging texts. I'm always the one that's kind of like keeping the family, you know, as one. Being the middle child. I don't know if that's just because I'm the middle child or if that's just because of how I am. But that, like he said, how it helps with our relationship will be, you know, we kind of both got that same mindset as like, okay, we're finna get back on, you know, one accord. Let's build this bridge back and let's figure out how we can make this work or how we can get past this.
Me? Another positive for me is, let me think. I got a lot of negative. No, I'm just playing. Family, if you're watching this, I'm just kidding. So for me, my mother, she's a very strong woman, and that plays a role in this relationship because I have to. It's like I gotta get it done, and it's just almost like I'm like just because she's strong, she taught me how to be strong, and even when it comes to like when I'm enduring a hard time, I make sure that I get through it just so I can continue to lift her up. So if I'm down and I'm just down bad, how in the world am I'm gonna be able to encourage her if she going through something? You know what I'm saying? And she does the same thing. If I'm down, she's up, or if she down, I'm up. But most of the time, and she can be, you know, correct me if I'm wrong, I'm not like. I rarely show emotions because I was always taught to be strong. You know what I'm saying? Even when it comes to my grandfather passed away, and I sang at his funeral. And my dad is strong too because my dad preached at his funeral. So coming from my family, we just strong, and we can get emotional, we can cry. We're not robots or nothing, but at the same time we're strong. And we can, even if we're going through anything, we can go through it and still be all right. We still gonna have battle wounds, but we gonna get through it. I know we're gonna get through it. I know we're gonna get through it. You know what I'm saying? But that's another positive for me.
That's good. Now we're getting into the negatives. So how do we think that our environment... Excuse me. How do we think that our environment, who we grew up around, who we was raised by, how do we think that negatively impacted us? Okay, so growing up in a big family, you can oftentimes get looked over or feel like you're getting looked over, feel like you are forgotten about, and that can create some type of like low self-esteem or some type of emotions that you're carrying on even when you grow up, to where, okay, I want some attention, or okay, he playing the game and he not paying me attention, so he forgetting about me, he don't love me no more. Or he just growing up with a lot of siblings, and with my mom being a widow, you know, her trying to take care of 5 kids at once. I'ma cry. Oh my God. Okay, hold on, y'all. This is deep. Okay, so anyways, like trying to take care of 5 kids on her own, you know, it's bound to happen. It's bound for her to look over one child because she got to take care of the other child. And it's not that she love us any less, but it's just the, who idea was this?
It was my idea. It's okay. It's okay.
Y'all, I'm a very emotional person, so just get ready. But anyways, you know, it was bound.
Any tissue?
I ain't gonna be crying like that now. So, not that she loves us any less, but it's, you know, it's gonna be bound to happen. And so growing up, well, in our relationship, like I said, that could make me feel like, okay, he may do certain stuff to where he's not even noticing that he's doing it, and I'm thinking he's looking over me, he's not paying attention to me, he's not, and that feeling start to arise again. And like I said at the start of this video is when I kind of just started noticing it, because it caused me to sit down and think like, dang, how did it affect me? dang, how did, the way I grew up is affecting our relationship? And so this is like my first time realizing. So y'all seeing the process. Y'all seeing that I'm realizing that that's something that was rooted in me even from childhood, that feeling. And so, yeah.
For me, I don't cry. I might not cry. I might cry.
This is deep, y'all. I didn't even realize, like I said, we just now actually thinking about this, so it's the real emotion.
Yeah, for me, like I told y'all in the previous video, I'm not talkative. I don't talk much, and most of it has to do with like insecurity, like even with like my parents, or I used to live with my dad. I lived with my dad like my whole high school career, and like I went through this real bad, deep depression, and because due to the fact like my dad is a pastor, so he's in church more than anything. Then he's focused on church, and he had a job. He wasn't a full-time pastor. He was a full-time worker, full-time pastor. So he was always busy. And a lot of times I would be at home, and even when it was built up inside of me to not like I'm not talking to God. I'm a shy person, and it was kind of built up inside of me to hold my emotions in from just because I didn't know what I was gonna do with my life. I used to get bad grades, you know what I'm saying? And like I used to get my phone took so much that we couldn't even talk. We emailed each other off our school account just to even communicate with each other. But it was just tough, and it carries on to this relationship because I hold in emotions a lot. Like it's sometimes she asks me, "What's wrong with you?" I was like, "Nothing," and it stems from my dad sometimes asks me what's wrong with me, and I would say nothing. Or he asked me, "Let's go for a ride." I'd be like, "Nah, I don't feel like going nowhere." Like it was times my brothers or my dad or my stepmom would come in my room and be like, "Bro, your room smells bad," because I would just sit. It was like a depression thing. I would just sit in my room all day, look at the game all day, listening to music all day, not even talking to nobody, because it was insecurities of like, you're not gonna be anything, like you're not gonna amount to nothing because you can't even get good grades in school, you not even going to college, you using your excuse, your car breaking down, to not go to college. And it was just like, it felt like, even sometimes today I feel like, bro, like where am I gonna end up? Like it's a fear of mine to not know. Like I fear the unknown. Like where am I gonna end up in the next 5 years or the next 2 years? What's gonna happen? But that's one thing that's negative about where I come from. It was just, and it was mainly me, because my family tried. They tried to talk to me. They tried to help me. They tried to, give me advice, encourage me. But it was all boiled up inside of me. And it carried on to this relationship. It really did, because it's been times where we just argue over, I think she cheating on me or something. And it's just insecurities. It was just an insecure thing, like she could find somebody better than me. You know what I'm saying? And it was just an insecurity, like, because I didn't do good in school. I wasn't that valedictorian or that all-A student. I was just, for me, I was just living. I was just here on earth, walking around. We would call it dead man walking. That's how I felt back in the day. And yeah, I guess that's a negative to me.
All right, y'all. So that is that. Now we just want to kind of just give y'all some encouragement to try to light up the mood a little bit, because that was deep. And so we just here to be transparent. We just here to help y'all. But some advice that I would give to you, like I said in the beginning, please, like this was very, important and very, eye-opening, very much needed in a time like this, when we try to, because, with life, you're just so busy doing everything else that you don't sit and think about these things. So my advice is just to seriously sit down and think about those things that you went through in life. Think about where you came from. Think about how you were raised. and then think about how is that affecting you as a person, whether it's positively or negatively. And those negative things, make sure you nip them in the bud now. Like they say, break the generational curse, or break whatever was that bad seed that was planted in you even at a young age, and use that for the good, use that for the positive. Like for mine, now that I'm realizing that there was a bad seed that was planted in me, feeling like I'm overlooked, feeling like, you know, my mom cared about this kid more, or she forgot about me, or whatever the case may have been. Now it's my job, now that I have identified it, now it's my job to pull up and uproot that bad seed that was planted, so that it won't carry on for generations to come, or that it won't carry on to affect this relationship. And so, yeah, I encourage you guys to do that. I don't care if you're 40, 50, 60 years old. Sit, or even 12, 10, 13, whatever the case may be, sit and think about this, because I'm sure that you watching right now are facing some stuff right now, or having this type of feeling right now. And I promise you, it's rooted all the way back from your childhood or from years ago, because there once was a time when that seed was planted. So just take the time to sit and think about it, so that you can make a change for the good.
Yeah, I mean, that pretty much sums up everything. I'm sorry, I'm not energized this video, because it is a deep video. But to encourage you guys and give you some advice, just break that curse, man. Just break the curse. That's pretty much all I gotta say about it.
Yeah, so thank you guys for watching, and yeah, let it out, cry, you know, break down, it's okay. Now, just think of it this way. Your tears are watering that good seed that you just planted. So just go ahead and let it out. Comment down below if you guys need any, DM us. Our Instagram links are always in the description box down below if you guys need any advice, need any help with anything. But yeah, that ends this video. Dang, that was deep.
That was really deep. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, turn on post notifications. We really love you guys. And it's your boy Tay.
And your favorite sis Shy.
And we're out.
Peace.